barbers, cosmetologists, hair industry professionals, and all others who support. Welcome to the hottest podcast in the barber and beauty industry, the Clipped Podcast.
You know what I'm saying? We like to be a little controversial. We like to talk about a little bit of things in the barber industry.
Yeah, barbers, cosmetologists, hair industry professionals, and all others who support. Welcome to the hottest podcast in the barber and beauty industry, the Clipped Podcast. I'm your host, Prince the Fit Barber, alongside my amazing host, Tank B. Choppin, and we're here today to chop it up with y'all. Motivation, inspiration, and education. That's all you get with us. The first segment always goes to my boy, Tank. Tank, what's up? What you got for us on Tank's Take today on the Clips, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, man? It's good to be back. We took a little hiatus, man. We took a little break, but I think it was needed, man. We got a little bit of, when we come back, we're ready to roll, right? Like, I got some good shit to talk about. I know you're going to have some good shit to talk about. We're going to have some great conversation.
Let's go.
Moving on into Tank's Take. Today, I wanted to talk to not just you, Prince, but everybody watching about cutting kids. And I'm not just talking about, do you cut kids, yes or no? That's the easy.
Probably because you already know my take on that.
That's an easy answer question type deal, right? I want to know is, do you cut kids? And if you do, what is your stance on the price point for them? And the reason why I ask this is, I see this all the time on social media. We have a little debate going on in the barbershop as well, that sometimes people feel that the haircut prices for kids should be the same, more or less, right? And I can understand all of them. I understand them all.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Me personally, people always ask me this on social media. Well, I don't want to say always, but they ask me this on Instagram and YouTube sometimes. It's like, Tank, how do you price your kids' haircuts? Do you charge less? Do you charge the same? Do you charge more? And I have a reasoning for me charging less. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, bro, why are you charging less for a kid, man? It should be equal. Reason why I charge less when it comes to kids clients is the majority of my kid clients, Prince, I'm talking about like just me, it's either like a father and son or a father and 2 or 3 sons.
I get that.
Or it's a single mom coming in with the kids, right? So for the group of the father and the 2 sons, haircuts can get pricey. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I do the kids, I like to, cut it a little cheaper. And then the same thing for like the single moms, you know what I'm saying? Like single moms got a lot going on as is, right? So I ain't trying to make it break the bank with them or them not be able to afford it, or they want to get a haircut by me because they like the way I cut hair, but they can't because of the price point. So that's why I charge slightly less for children. But that's my reasoning for it. And yes, I cut kids, Prince. I know you said earlier. I already know your answer. We done talked about this before. I know you don't want to cut kids, but I don't mind cutting kids.
I pay my dues, man.
But go ahead, Prince. If you were to cut kids, I already know you don't, but if you were, what's your price point or what's your stance on the pricing for kids' haircuts?
All right, so first of all, I ain't got no problem with the kids. I love the kids. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of motivational speaking. I go to high schools. I do cut kids. I cut my clients' kids. I just don't accept any new kids. And I got 2 reasons for this. And to me, they're valid reasons. So first of all, I love the kids, man. The kids, and I promote that barbers cut kids because you cut them kids, they keep coming back to you. They end up growing up. They end up being your clients when they're adults. You can build relationships with them. They become very tight. Those are tight bonds. Those are community bonds. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to watch these kids grow up. I got a kid that's in TCU right now, killing it. He's definitely going to the NBA. And I was cutting him since he was a little kid. So those kind of bonds are really great to have. So I definitely promote barbers, cut them kids. I don't for 2 reasons. One is I just feel like I paid my dues. I'm done. I'm looking for a different kind of clientele. In my shop, it's a luxury barber spa. So I do a lot of facials. I do a lot of bump stopper treatments. I do a lot of facial stuff and hot towel shave stuff. So that's my demographic that I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to be booked up all day, every day with hot towels, facials, and fades. You know what I'm saying? So I want the
royal treatment, if you will. The royal
treatment is what we call it here. It's as soon as you go on the website, it's the first thing to book. The royal treatment. It's everything. A fade, a hot towel shave, a facial, all that stuff. So you know, I try to target that audience, and I would love to be booked up with royal treatments all day. So that's one reason why I don't take kids. And the other reason is because it's such a luxury barbershop. I have a lot of expensive stuff in here, and kids are always, you know, playing with stuff on my waiting room table. I have a lot of stuff. The theme is red and gold in here, so it's fake gold, obviously, but I got gold bars. I got a gold helicopter there. I got a gold globe. I got a gold airplane. You know, and kids gonna break my stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is really expensive, and I take it really seriously, and I like that it adds to the ambiance of my shop. I have computers in here. I have a lot of tech stuff in here. I got a Sony A7 S3 camera hanging. I got my DJI cameras hanging, set up everywhere.
You got a lot of money invested into your shop, basically.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff in here that the kids could really ruin. So, and I'm gonna feel some type of way if I have to ask a parent to pay for that. One adult came in here and used his phone for the Apple Pay, and his phone slipped out his hand and it broke the screen of my $1,500 computer.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, so it was like, damn, like I feel some type of way about asking him to help me to pay for that. Luckily, he was my client for a long time, and he did pay half of it, but I still had to come out of my pocket. I think it was like $400 to fix the screen. He gave me $200. I still had to put the other $200, so his haircut was now free. And you know what I'm saying? And when it's a kid, I definitely am not gonna ask you to pay for that. You know, it's a kid. So I just try to avoid all of that, and that's why I don't cut the kids. But as far as the kids, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you said something really important though that I wanted to touch on a little bit. You said that you encourage barbers to cut kids, and that's something that I think we need to spread a little more in the barber industry, bro, because I see a lot of these new barbers coming into the shop, bro. A lot of these new barbers on social media talking about, oh, I don't cut kids because, you know, they're not worth my time, or I know my worth. I don't want to cut them because it's gonna hurt my back and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, like we talk about this a lot, and I think it's because it's a major issue. But as barbers trying to build your clientele, grow your clientele, and get more money behind the chair, cutting kids is gonna get you closer to that goal, right?
Absolutely.
I get it. I get it. Just like you, Prince. Like, you don't want them to break stuff. You know, so a lot of times they're kind of hard to deal with in the chair, and sometimes the parents don't be putting that discipline on them.
They
sometimes.
They don't. So yeah, they'll let them wild out in your chair.
Yeah, man. But I understand, as new barbers should understand this as well, is that yes, right now this sucks, you know what I'm saying? But eventually, like you said, that little kid is gonna grow up and not be acting a fool anymore. He's gonna be a client that says, hey mom, I need to go get a haircut. Can I go see Prince? Can I go see Tank at the barbershop? I need a cut. So long term, great investment. If you're looking at it right now, like, it may not be the best thing. But okay, I got you
but
on
also
that.
Like we've said in here, a lot of these kids, like you just said, you cutting single mothers' kids. Like that kid might not have a father figure around in his life, man. So you could be like that male role model for the kid. You know what I'm saying? I definitely promote cutting them kids, man. Sometimes they need a male role model. It's good for community engagement. Those kids go to school and tell other kids, or they go to school looking fly with your haircut, get you more clients. You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful for community engagement. It's beautiful for just being a role model. It's beautiful to do what barbers are supposed to be doing, which is serving your community. So I'm all for barbers cutting them kids. And as far as the prices, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Say something?
Yeah, I was going to add a little bit to what you said. You know, Marvin made a post about this. He's like, every barber wants to be, you know, like an influencer or the best barber until it actually comes to cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's always, well, not everyone, but a lot of barbers are complaining about actually cutting hair. And it's like, bro, like that is the job. Like we became barbers to cut hair. I mean, yes, we're more than just cutting hair, but kind of what we talked about last time, but we're doing a little more than just cutting hair, but that is the job. Like literally, if you can cut hair, you can become a barber. So it's like, how are you going to complain about doing the job that you wanted to do, right? But go ahead, man. Finish what you were going to say. My bad. We talk about.
So I was going to talk about your pricing question. As far as pricing, I honestly, until you said your take, had the take of, man, I would charge them mofos a little more.
Ain't nothing wrong
I ain't gonna lie. I would charge them mofos a little more because, they be like, they want the guy that's unruly, that's dribbling all over my cape, that's causing a hysteric scene in here to be charged less than the guy that sits back, relax, and give me good conversation and tips more. Like, what? How does that make sense, right? But until you said what you just said, because you were saying, because I do have, like I said, I do cut kids. I cut my friends' kids, and so my kids' prices, I don't cut kids, so there's no kid price on the
It's
list.
just the
So
regular
yeah,
haircut price.
it's the regular haircut price. So it's the same price. So that's where my prices are at. But at the same time, I look at it sometimes. I leave it alone and leave it there because I'm not gonna lower it. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But I leave it there. But sometimes I get that guilty feeling in my heart, like what you were saying. I got guys that come with 3 kids. So it's him and his 3 kids. And I'm like, damn, at the end, I look at their bill and I'd be like, damn, that's high. Like this dude is coming with him and 3 kids. He's coming all the time. He's a loyal client. I kind of feel low-key messed up for like charging him the same time.
$200, yeah.
Yeah, like he's giving me 4 clients at one time.
Yeah.
And he's loyal. And it's like he's a dad trying, like when he comes, it's Father Sunday. It's like they're about to spend the whole day together. So it's like, damn, I'm starting off their day already. His day is already going in his pocket real deep before the day even starts. I know he about to take them out to eat, go play and all that. So I do low-key feel some type of way about charging the same price. Like I wish I could lower it a little bit, but the fact that I don't cut kids makes no sense for me to lower it a little bit and just keep it the same. But yeah, I do see why people would do it lower to help out people in that position. And then I do see why people would keep it at the same, just because, you know, it is, I mean, it's a harder job, to be honest.
Yeah.
But to raise it, I mean, like I said, I'm just kidding. Like I always say that I would make them higher, but I don't think it would make any sense. First of all, you'd probably be the only barber that has higher kids. You wouldn't get no clients because you would be the only barber that's charging more for kids cuts. Yeah, so you probably wouldn't even get no kids and you won't get no clients. But at the same time, yeah, man, it's like the dad, either one brings them. The dad is bringing them, and you don't want to charge this dude hella money because he's getting a cut, his 2 kids are getting a cut, or the mom is bringing them. You don't want to charge her hella money because she might be a single mom and you might be like forcing it, you know what I'm saying? So to put the price more, I wouldn't put the price more. I would either keep it lower like everybody else does, or I would put it the same.
Yeah, and I think I've actually seen some people say that they charge more for kids. I don't know for sure. Like, I'm not a kid. My kids don't go to other barbershops. Like my son's coming to me to get their haircut. So I don't know what these other barbers are actually charging, if they are charging more or less or whatever the case may be. But I can understand the argument for it. You know what I'm saying? Like the argument being like the little kid's head is this big. You want this compressed or this stretch blend or whatever the case may be. You want this clean taper with a design or this clean, you know.
I'm about to say most times they want the little kid to get fresh. Like they want the skin tight. They want design.
Look, I want Mario to put this on the screen for y'all. You remember the poster as a kid in the barbershop where it was like all even
little boys haircuts.
Like, yes, bro. And it was like super easy haircuts.
Yeah, and now, not no more.
Now they're getting, you know, slick backs. The little haircuts, drop fade, burst fade.
Nah, kids ain't kids no more, bro.
And then you got this much room to work with, and they want it super blurry, you know, super icy. And it's like, bro, like, yeah, it's a littler canvas. So that's why they think like, oh, it shouldn't be as much, but that makes it harder now because I only got this much room to work with. And you want
that old boy is unruly.
Yes, bro. And then they're
going crazy in the chair. And you gotta put him in a headlock and do the haircut. Like,
bro, quick story, man. They probably gonna cancel me for this one, but I'm gonna be 100% with y'all, man. I cut this little kid like
can't cancel, take me, chop. Come on, man.
I cut this little kid like a week or 2 ago, bro. And I don't know his situation. I don't know if he has, you know, a dad at home or not. You know, they only come in like once every 3 or 4 months. Kid always comes in with long ass hair, bro. Always like covering his eyes. It ain't down to his shoulders yet, but it's long, you know, Hispanic kid. And every time I cut his hair, bro, the top he's cool with. When I do shears, he's cool with, but for some reason I get those clippers out, bro, and he starts throwing a fit, fighting me, like throwing his head around.
By the vibration and the noise.
So barbers, if once I say this, y'all may know what I'm talking about. I had to give this man the claw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, we gotta go. Like, you can't be moving, bro. Like, we can't. And you know, I feel bad afterwards, but during it's like, bro, like I got to get this haircut done. Like we already started. You already got, you know, a 2 on the sides, and I can't not fade it up. You know what I'm saying? I got to fade this in and then taper it, lining it up, whatever the case may be. So we got to get this done. So yes, like I get it, man. Like cutting kids can be hard, but we can get it done, bro. Like, and I think we talked about this on a previous episode too. Like a lot of times, bro, mom or dad, they don't need the haircut to be like super icy. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they just want it to look good enough to where they can, look, he's got a nice little haircut, right?
Hold on, before you go on about that, right? Do you think that they be saying that? Because anytime I see a mom come in and she's like understanding that he's going crazy, and then you don't give him you give him a basic haircut, You think they low key wanted that freshie though? Because in my I look at them,
sure.
yeah, because I look at them and I give them they came in saying they want a skin tight fade with a part and a comb over and all that, and I give them a number 1 on the side or maybe a half guard on the side because this dude's unruly. I'm not going skin tight, right?
Yeah.
And then they look at it like, you know, they was acting like they was cool with the basic if he gets too crazy, but I think low key in the back of the head they wanted him.
No, man. Hey, for sure, man. Like, there's been times where like parents want a haircut, like you said, like a ball fade or something, like a drop fade or whatever. And I always tell the parents, like, look, I can give him what he allows me to. I said, I'm gonna start off by trimming the top, and then I'm gonna take the sides down. We're gonna see how low we can go. We maybe can do a skin fade. It may just be a 1 with a little taper on the sideburns in the back. That's typically my go-to, bro. When we have a kid who's just not cooperating well.
Yeah,
I'm giving them like a 1 or a 2 on the sides, and then just hitting them with a little baby taper on the sideburns in the back. That way I don't have to square them off or nothing. That's what it looks a little cleaner, but it's not 100% what they wanted. But it's like, bro, I'm working with what y'all giving me. Like, he still got a good haircut. You know what I'm saying? Little man was he's just moving a little bit too much, man. We can't get this. We can't get this number 7 on the board that you want, bro. Like, we got to give him what we can give him.
Crazy. Sometimes I see he be going unruly, and I give him the basic, and the mom be like looking like she's not satisfied. Like, did you see he was upside down in my chair? Like, what are you talking about? He ripped the cape like Superman.
Bro,
like,
that's
what do you want me to
bro.
do? Like, come on.
And then also, man, like the thing, like you said, like moms be wanting this extra stuff, right? There was a time where I was cutting the kid, and they gave me a picture of the haircut, and it was like a burst fade, right? So I gave him a burst fade. Cool. You know, it wasn't like a super like stylish burst fade. It was just, you know, a burst fade. I don't want to say simple burst fades because I don't think burst fades are simple, but it was just a basic burst fade. Well, after I did it, I get him out the chair. He goes, shows his mom, and then she's like, hey, well, can you bring the back in a little more? She wanted the back thinner. I was like, all right, cool. So I brought it in a little bit, whatever. Well, then after that, she asked me to bring it in. She asked him to come back to the chair and ask if I could do it a little thinner. Well, it went from a decent burst, a decent sized burst in the back to like a mohawk fade, bro. And it's like, bro, she showed me a picture of a thick ass burst in the back. Like, it was thick, like almost the whole. It was barely balled out behind the ear, and ended up with like a small ass V, like a mohawk style haircut, which is cool. Like, I'm not mad at that, but it's like, you could have told me you wanted a mohawk
in the first place.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times barbers won't even go back and fix it up or retouch it up. But luckily, I had the time. You know, I didn't have no one else coming, so I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. But if I'm pressed for time, you get one time to come back and tell me to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 if it's something small. But after that, like, nah, like, you should have kind of knew what you wanted before you got in. And it sounds bad, right? Because we're supposed to be, you know, customer service industry in the customer service industry. And
but she gave you a picture though, like,
exactly.
He looks like the picture. That is. Now, if they explain it to you, and maybe the explanation got lost in communication, maybe it can give them that. But show you a picture, and then you do the haircut, and it looks like the picture. That should be valid enough. Like, now you're just asking me to do a whole nother haircut.
So all in all, man, like Prince said earlier, if you're new to barbering, trying to build your clientele, cut them kids for the regular price. If you want to cut them a little lower because of the reasons that we stated earlier, feel free. If you want to charge more, that's on you. But like Prince said, you may not be getting no kid clients, which may be fine. You may be fine with that. Cool. But, you know, to each his own.
I mean, you might set a trend, who knows, but I don't think you're going to get it right. Yo, and shout out to the parents with them kids that sit still because, yo, when they do sit still, though, they're a pleasure.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you know, it's crazy. I actually have.
They got the full hairline. They ain't receding or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like, when you can get a little kid fresh and he sits still, and then, yo, I like to talk to kids. I don't know what it is. Like I'm a soft-mannered person, you know. So I like positivity and laughing and joking, and I like being goofy, you know. And you can be like that with a kid. We talk about cartoons and shit like that, and it's a fun experience when they're being cool. You know what I'm saying? When they're not being unruly.
And then, like you said earlier, man, I just wanted to touch on this before we move on. But you know, you said some of your kid clients, you know, they've grown up and they're playing in college now. I have this one kid. So his dad is in. I don't want to get this incorrect. I don't know if it's what part of the military he's in. You know, what I'm saying, what branch? I don't know what it is. But he's in one of them, right? Well, long story short, I gave him his first haircut when he was like 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, almost at a year, 17 years ago. they've been going from different cities. You know how it is when you're in the military. You're going from city to city. Well, they just came back basically for the summer because they're going to go somewhere else. Well, the kid turns, I think, 17 this year. And I was giving him his haircut, and me and him were talking. And I'm like, bro, like, I gave you your first haircut, bro, and you're about to graduate high school next year. Like, this is wild. I've been cutting your hair, like, obviously not consistently because he left, but I gave you your first haircut as a kid, and then hopefully I'll give you your first haircut as once you become, you know, a man, you know, 18 and up, or when you decide to do something different in life. So I just think that's, for me, that's like very rewarding, bro. Like, seeing this kid grow up is wild to me, bro.
Yeah, and that's the community ties, man. That's like, you know, if he comes back and lives in your community now, and he's going to college in your city, and he's going to school with them freshies, he's definitely telling all his college buddies to go to my barber, man. Dude been cutting me since a kid. Got to keep them community ties up, barbers. We're servants of our community. And shout out to the kids that stay still. Hey, yo, so we're going to move right on into the second segment of the clip, and that's Prince's Pick. So check it out. Today on Prince's Pick, Tank, the question is, right, would you prefer, which one would you pick and prefer to be forever? Would you prefer to be the best fader in the world, give out the best fades ever, or give a decent fade but be the fastest haircutter in the world?
Oh,
yeah.
That's
like,
tough.
you can cut, let's give it 15 minutes. Nah, because people do fastest fade in competition 15 minutes.
Let's say like 7 minutes.
7 minutes, exactly. You can do a decent fade in 7 minutes, or you can give the freshest fade in the world, but it takes you an hour.
That's a good question, Prince. Like, that's a really good question. An hour, I can't do 45 minutes.
let's do like 50 minutes. Let's not force it, but that's not because if you do 45 minutes, then of course I would do the freshest fade in the world.
Yeah,
I'm doing fades right now for 45 minutes. Haircut and beard right now for me is 45 minutes. So I would definitely. It's an easy take. So that's why I said an hour to kind of push it a little bit.
I think this is a good question, Prince, but I think there's a few more questions that I need to ask you before I answer.
All right, let's go.
Am I getting paid more for the longer haircut? Is it the same price
we don't know. Listen, you don't even have a charge yet, because you can charge based on that. So that's why it's a good question. You know, you might charge more because you're the freshest haircutter in the world, or you might charge less and bang them out fast.
I think for me, in the position I'm in, and you know, y'all know that I create content. I do YouTube tutorials, TikTok tutorials, Instagram tutorials. I think for me, I would be fine with being the best fader in the world and taking that extra time, because I'm gonna need that extra time to create my content. Now, if I was just a barber behind the chair and I would just post sporadically on on Instagram and such, just trying to get more clients, I think I'd go for the quicker haircuts, because I can knock out. If I could do 7 to 10 minute haircuts, bro, that's almost 6 haircuts an hour. Even if I'm just charging $20, that's what 6 times 2, that's $120 an hour. You know, which we can charge that, if you're giving a great haircut as well. But I'm just saying, like, behind the chair, I only got to work 2-3 days, knock out all my clients, boom, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I think it just depends. But for me, like, what I do now, I just want to take that extra time and make sure I'm giving a really good haircut, because I'm going to display it on all my platforms to try to grow my platforms more. So that's why that matters to me. But other than that, I'm cool with giving a decent haircut at 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that.
All right, so you're picking the 7 minutes. Yeah, the fastest fade in the world.
No, I'm picking the good haircuts.
All right, same. I'm picking the best haircuts in the world, because if I'm the best fader in the world, I can charge a little more. You know what I'm saying? So the price is same as going fast. So if you're doing fast, but you're charging a regular, if it's mediocre fade, you're gonna have to charge regular price. If you're the best fader in the world, I'm at least doing $150 for the haircut. You know what I'm saying? So $150 for the haircut, and then what? You work 5 hours a day. You still don't have to work so many hours in the week. You know what I'm saying? 5 hours a day, 5 days a week should cut it at $150 a haircut.
What's the numbers on that? Let me do the numbers on that real quick. Hold on. So we're doing 150. We're doing 5 haircuts a day,
that's
right?
That's $750 a day.
Yeah, that's $750.
So $1,500 in 2 days, $3,000. So
$2,250 in 3 days. It's $2,250 for 3 days.
4 days will be you fucked me up, bro.
Yeah, we ain't good with it'll be 3,000 for
15, $3,750. $3,750, I think, in 5 days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
you're right.
$3,750. You're making damn near 4, and I mean, you stay an extra hour every day. Let's do 6 hours, and you're making 4 G's a week.
Yeah, facts. So
you
that's what you
and
would.
And plus, like you said, I post on social media. I would love to be posting the best fade in the world on social media every single day. On top of that, I'm an educator for a clipper company, Stylecraft Pro. Shout out to the gang.
Let's go,
like
baby.
I showcase with them. I'm showcasing at CT Barber Expo right now. I'm trying to get like the illest looking model with cut. So I'm only an hour away from CT, so I can bring a model right from home. So I've been the last few weeks, I've been trying to get like the best
find the model
fucking model pot. Yeah, because I'm trying to go up there and show out. You feel me? So with that said, you're the best fader in the world. I can show out on these platforms. You know what I'm saying? When I go to showcase on these platforms. Also, I'm an educator for Stylecraft. I teach. So if I can go and teach people to be, if I'm the best fader in the world, obviously I know how to teach how to be the best fader in the world. That makes my educational platform a little more valuable. So at that point, I'm only working 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. I'm making 4 Gs doing that. And then I'm on every platform and globally in the world because I'm the best fader in the world.
That makes sense. I was going to ask you, so I got a question for you based off of your Prince's pick. So talking about the best faders, who do you think right now, whether it's someone big or someone small, is
I was going to say it's not someone big. Although the big one, like you might not, I don't even kind of remember. I follow a lot of barbers. Right? Everybody I follow is a barber. First of all, I only follow barbers or my clients. Yeah. And bro, there's some savage animals out here in the world that their name ain't big. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the Los Cuttits and all that. They're like the biggest names and stuff. And they're savages. They are savages. Nothing taken away from them. But there's some guys with 140 followers, bro, that are absolute animals. I kind of trying to think of, there's this dude, 24K Fades I follow.
I know him, he's fire.
His things are gleamy, and he's got a decent amount of followers. He don't got 140. He's got followers.
I think he's got like 60K, 50K, somewhere around
he's
there.
Got followers. But there's even more. There's so many great barbers on this planet, bro. Like there's barbers.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but there's this one barber, bro. I think he charges $150. That we were talking since you brought you said that price, and it reminded me as I cut one of my I say colleagues. He's another barber in the city that I'm at, but he has his own barber shop. His name is also Tank. He came to me one time and he was telling me how he went to I think it was him, how he went to Denver, Colorado, and there's this barber out there. His name is Jesus the Barber. Okay. And when you get time, look him up. I'll tell Mario to post his stuff on the screen as well. But he's cold, bro. I mean, he's
there's some cold mofos on this planet, boy. I'm telling you, there's people
I follow this dude on Instagram, bro. He's predominantly Hispanic, like clients, but all his haircuts are like butter, bro, like super fire.
I be seeing like, who people outside of this country a lot are mega flames. Oh yeah. Like I see a lot of people. There's Middle Eastern barbers go crazy. There's Italian barbers go crazy. There's a lot of barbers that I follow that are the craziest barbers are not from America. And then you go in their comments and nobody's even speaking English, but the shit is flame-o. Like there's some flame barbers. So
said they ain't even speaking English.
They ain't even speaking English in the comments, bro.
I already know. Yeah. It's like not even words. It's like symbols and stuff. It's like the Turkish barber. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, bro. And they are so flame. I don't know if they photoshopping or what, but there's some flame-os outside of this country. So I couldn't even begin to tell you who's the best, but I follow so much barbers. I'm embedded and engulfed in the barber industry, so I see so much fades every day that I couldn't tell you who's the best, but I know there's a hell of a lot that we don't even know.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And I think, like you said, though, it just boils down to, what the person wants to do. Like, I think everyone, when we first become barbers, we think like, oh, I got to be the best fader. I got to give the best fades. You know what I'm saying? Which, in a sense, we kind of do, right? But I think now that I'm a little older, a little more mature, I see things more as a business standpoint as well, not just being the best hair cutter. But there's barbers, bro, who cut, like, shout out to my man Breed Baza, by the way, man. I don't know if you know Breed Baza. Oh, yeah. Bro, he be putting out 10-minute haircuts. And
I remember him when he started, like he was blowing up for that.
He did that blueprint. He did a course for it. And not to knock the man, he does great haircuts. However, once again, not to knock the man, I've seen haircuts better. But for a 10-minute haircut, bro, that thing is fire. And not just saying that, like, it could be a 30-minute haircut and it's still a good haircut, right? But I see people do better haircuts than him, but they're taking an hour long, right? Mm-hmm. So just to say that he doesn't give the best haircuts, but he's knocking out clients in 10, 15 minutes. And I've seen his schedule, bro. He's booked Thursday, Friday, and Saturday all day. I'm talking about 10-minute slots as well.
10-minute slots.
And he's knocking them out. So if you're someone who wants to make money and you don't want to charge or you can't charge the 150, let's just say for whatever reason, like you just can't get that good, or the community, whatever the case may be. Yeah. and you wanted to get fast, like super fast, and give out good haircuts, not great, but good haircuts, you can probably charge $40 to $60 in a certain area and make $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a day doing that.
I actually did it before. I worked in a hair salon when I first started my career, and I always been fast for some reason. Even when I wasn't the best. I mean, I'm not the best. I mean, to take that. I was about to say, even when I wasn't the best barber, I'm not the best barber right now. But like when I wasn't great, like I am a great barber. I wasn't great before. I was good, mediocre, and I was working in this hair salon out here, and it's a hair salon / barbershop. But I was like, all the barbers were cosmetologists in there, and I was like the only actual barber with a license. So I think there was one more, me and another guy, and they were taking commission, and they're only charging $10 a haircut, bro. Like this place is super mega booked all day, and I ain't talking about back in the day. This is only like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah,
not even, bro. Like 4 or 5 years ago, and they were charging $10 a haircut, bro.
Sheesh.
So I was not about to be all day with these haircuts for $10, and they're taking
commission.
And commission, they're taking 40%. So I was getting $6 a haircut.
That's nuts.
I was getting $6 a haircut. So, but to go with your point, I was banging them out, and they weren't all wanting skin tight fades, so that was a good thing. But a few of them did here and there. But it was mostly a one on the sides with scissor work up top. That was mostly what it was. And I never had to pull out a razor or nothing and all that. And I think it was $15 if you wanted the beard. So it was a little better when they wanted the beard. But I was doing them in 10 minutes, and I was booked up for the entire damn day, because obviously any place with $10 haircuts gonna be booked all damn day. Yeah. And then especially if you have a barber in there that's doing good haircuts. So I was banging them out for 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day. I had Breed Baza's schedule, just not charging the same.
Yeah.
So I've been there. Yo, so what would you guys choose? Throw it in the comments, man. Would you rather be the best fader in the world, or would you rather be a mediocre fader but the fastest hair cutter in the world? You can bang out a skin tight fade that looks decent in 7 minutes or less. Let me know. Let Tank know. Put it in the comments. Let us know here on the clip. We might have you on one day. So moving on to the next segment here on the clip. We have a segment on the clip called Shop Talk. This is a segment where we talk about conversations and topics that are happening in barbershops and hair salons all around the world. So today on Shop Talk, the conversation is 100 men versus a gorilla. Who would win? Yo, Tank, who would win, 100 men or a gorilla? What's going on in Shop Talk today?
Man, you know, it's funny that you bring this up, because I actually asked ChatGPT this. You know what I'm saying? I've been,
I did too.
I'm gonna be a buck with you, bro. I use AI for for content ideas sometimes, or to help me come up with captions. So I use AI. A lot of us do it, whatever. But that's nor here nor there, right? Long story short, I asked ChatGPT. I said, "Hey, who would win?" And I actually asked, "Who would win, a gorilla or 100 barbers?" That's what I asked it. But we're talking about 100 men.
Shit.
Yeah, and I asked it about the 100 men as well. But ChatGPT said that it is more likely that the gorilla is going to win. The gorilla is stronger, faster, it has primal instinct. Like it's a machine that's meant to cause
gorilla
destruction.
Don't smash shit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But I think, me personally, if we had weapons, maybe, I mean, not guns. I'm not even talking about guns. I'm talking about maybe like some bats, maybe a couple, some knives, not a sword, but some knives, some bats, some pans, something that we could just pick up and slam this dude with. This gorilla with, I think 100 men could win, but we'd have to go in strategically. Because gorilla's skin is thick. I don't know if people
That's
actually
what
know
I'm
that.
saying.
Like if you punch a gorilla, it ain't even gonna feel you.
It's not gonna do nothing. So who cares how many people is punching it? Your puncher is not gonna do shit.
But we can gouge this motherfucker's eyes out. Right,
but how many people can reach for his eye at one time?
Well, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that shit out,
without getting knocked to your Saturn.
Yeah.
How can you gonna get close enough to grab his eye without getting punched?
That is a thing, bro. Because if a gorilla punches you, you unalived instantly.
Unalive instantly. So look, check it out. A human, I ain't no boxer, but there's guys that can punch 100 times. In minutes.
Yeah.
So all the gorilla really has to do is throw 100 punches.
Yeah.
We all dead, because one punch is unaliving your ass.
Yeah.
Or putting you in a state where you ain't fighting no more.
Yeah, you incapacitated for sure. You
incapacitated. He punch you. If a man punch you in the sternum, you down for the count.
Oh yeah.
A gorilla is gonna explode your rib cage, bro.
Oh, your inside's gonna be out.
it's coming out your back, and then it's like
you're done.
And then it's like, because I see people saying it like, okay, 100 of us though, we're gonna wear him down. How
No.
if it don't really penetrate, if it don't hurt?
Yeah.
You could shoot a gorilla with a 22 and it's gonna itch.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like
make
an
him
itch
mad.
to him.
It's just gonna make
him mad. So
Yeah.
your punch, and then he turn around and punch you, dead. You punch him, dead. I don't give a crap if you talk about swarming him. What are you gonna do? He can just lay there and let you all lay on his back, and everybody's saying that he'll get tired after a while. Dude, he could just stand there and let you guys punch on him and get tired.
Yeah.
You guys will get tired way before he will, because he's not
Yeah.
exerting as much energy. Like he could just sit there and literally let you guys jump on his back. He can bench press 4,000 fucking pounds, bro. That means he can hold at least 20 of you on his back and still stand up.
Yeah. Oh,
We're only like 150 to 250 pound people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're any bigger than that, you're finna get tired real fast.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
But I honestly feel that if we come at this strategically, bro, I think we can do it.
With weapons, yeah, but weapons, bro.
That, and I think we have to have the right people as well, right? Like we got to have certain, like we got to have Mike Tyson, but in his prime.
I'll give you 100 Mike Tysons. I'll give you 100 Mike Tysons. I still don't think you're doing it.
In their prime?
Because like I said, Mike Tyson punching us in his prime is something serious. If he punched that gorilla in his prime, gorilla gonna be like, okay, Mike, you had enough? Punch me 100 times, Mike.
I'm telling you, you hit him in the eyes. You got to get the joints.
You got to get close enough.
Get the joints.
Look how long his arm is compared to our arm. Nuts. You seen the gorilla arm?
Yeah. They from the
I think they said an 18-foot wingspan.
Yeah.
So that means one arm is damn near 9 feet.
Yeah.
A basketball hoop, bro. I had basketball hoops only 10 feet. Motherfuckers can't dunk. How are you gonna get close to this fucking gorilla to punch him in his eye?
We gonna figure this out. It's 100 men versus the gorilla, and if the gorilla wins, all humans will become extinct. But if the men win, we don't become extinct. I think if we put a scenario like that, the humans gonna find a way, bro. We gonna find a way. I'm just saying, bro.
You know what's crazy? The problem with this conversation is, well, not the problem. The beauty of this conversation actually is an everlasting conversation because we ain't never gonna find out because 100 people ain't never gonna do it.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? So it's an everlasting conversation forever and ever and ever. Tank says 100 people will smash this gorilla. I say you could throw 100 Mike Tysons in his prime out there. The gorilla is going to just, I seen a reel.
He's going to go like this and just go on the circle.
Dude said he came through like a Beyblade.
Yeah.
Yo, whoever that, I just got hip to that barber too that I seen that reel from. I think his name is Lil Mo Cuts, I want to say. That dude is fucking flames too, and he makes good ass content. But the gorilla coming through like a Beyblade, man, and smashing everybody. And you can only take one hit, so I don't know. And also, we all 100 people is a lot. 100 people can't jump on him at once.
Yeah. So realistically, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like realistically, all bullshit aside.
Only at least 10 people, 20 to 15, 20, maybe max. 20, could jump on him.
But and even then, it's like when I'm sure you've gotten in a fight with people before. It's like if it's more than like 5 or 6 of y'all on one person, you can't hit them. Like you just swing it and you might hit your own person.
I had this conversation the other day. Even when it's 5-on-1, like I'm from the streets. I done seen this happen a million times. I've been jumped. I don't jump people. I've been jumped a million times though. I see other people jumping people. Bro, even when it's 5 versus 1, you all can't smash them at one time.
Yeah, you can't. You got to take turns because there's just too much going on right there.
Exactly. So imagine 5 of you walk up to the gorilla. He wiping down. He's not. The gorilla isn't fighting 100 people. He's fighting 5 people to 10 people at a time.
At a time, yeah.
Maybe 10 people getting destroyed at a time. Like they're not even gonna get close to him with an 18-inch wingspan.
What if he just like picks up one of the dead bodies and just like flings it at a group of 30, 40 people?
Bro, he will beat everybody. You ever seen the ones where he drags people?
Yeah.
You ever seen? He drags a human like it's a handkerchief.
I seen it.
So he could definitely pick you up, especially, and that's not being mad. That's just walking through the jungle.
That's just strength.
Imagine angry as he possibly can, bro. He's gonna grab that guy and just start beating people with people.
We definitely need weapons.
Yeah, y'all ain't doing nothing. But tell us in your comments what y'all think. Tank says maybe. I got him switching his mind a little bit now. But he said 100 men could smash on this gorilla. I say 100 men have no choice with no weapons. With weapons, y'all got it. But what y'all think, man? Throw your comments in the comment section and let's see what's going on, man. Let's end this debate. So the last final segment on the clips is a positive send-off. We leave you guys with some positive motivation and inspiration. So today on the clips positive send-off is keep pushing. Life gets hard, life gets rough, things get strenuous. Sometimes you have a goal, you set your goal, and then life be lifing. So,
Yep.
it takes you away from your goal. Stay focused on your goals, man. Keep on pushing. Not only life be lifing, but then you got haters. You got people that don't believe in you. Sometimes you need a little help with what you got going and you can't get the support. Figure out a way to make it happen on your own, man. Because once you start getting some footwork, once you start getting leveled up a little bit, the support will come. You build it and they will come. So keep pushing, stay focused on your goals. Don't stop. We love you here at The Clipped. Keep on pushing, keep on trucking. Love, peace, and hair grease. See you next week.